Monica, what do you think when you're not aligned? Like when you've gotten to a point and you're very clearly not aligned, is that the time when you quit? Or is there a better thing to do?
I think there's a better thing to do before you quit. So I experienced this many times at LiveRamp. I was at LiveRamp before Rubrik for 11 years, and I worked for 3 different CEOs during that time. And so there were certainly times in that journey, especially later in the journey when we had CEOs who were no longer the founders of the company, where there was more of a struggle amongst the executive team around which direction should we go in. And it manifested as, hey, should we make this new product investment? Should we make this new acquisition? And it was all coming from a place of, we need to find new avenues for growth for the company. Which new avenue for growth should we focus on? And I think the approach that I took in trying to shepherd these conversations, and I really felt myself like I had to be a shepherd in this of really getting everyone together and figuring out what path we were going to align on and go with, was to really take the emotion out of the conversation. There were people that had like a really favorite pet project or something, and as Noam was talking about, focus on the customer problem. So what's an immediate, what's an urgent and important customer problem that we need to solve? What evidence do we have? How do we look at different options side by side, both in terms of the strength of the problem, the strength of our ability to solve that problem, and the amount of overall investment that it's going to take to solve that problem. And also, it's like, are there other like leaps of faith that we have to make that are going to potentially have to be true if we're going to build a very successful business around that. And when I started laying that out on paper and we started having conversations, it became a lot easier to say, okay, these are the reasons why, and again, ask why when someone says something or has an objection, but really trying to get to a place where we could say, okay, this feels like the highest probability path for moving forward. And you know, a lot of times your job as a chief product officer is not to make everyone happy. It's to get to a decision and hopefully a decision that's going to be a right decision for the company. And so sometimes like I had to let go of something that I wanted to do and just disagree and commit because there was enough alignment around a certain idea that we should go pursue that and move that forward.
So it really is being empathetic with the customer, taking the emotion out, focusing on the problem.